My biggest fear is that everything I've worked my whole life for will be gone because of a law that I thought I was following. My name is Michelle Cox. I have lived in Maquoketa my whole life. I've been at this job for 25 years. We make subs, we make sandwiches. It's a good beginner job. We have hired hundreds of teenagers here. I believe that jobs are good for kids. It teaches them how to work with each other. It teaches them communication. It teaches them life skills. I tell them all the time here, treat people well. We have a lot of business people. People have come in and we're like, I'd like to hire that person. It gives them job opportunity as they grow also. I have hired teenagers that have had learning disabilities, teenagers that have been bullied. When they come into my store and they start working, we are like a family here. So if they're getting bullied at school, they know they're not going to get bullied here. It doesn't matter how much money you have, what clothes you have. They have a uniform. They all look alike here. They're all one here. I was at home on a late Friday afternoon and I received a phone call and they told me they were from the Department of Labor. They were going to be coming to do an investigation. What do you mean an investigation? He said, it's a routine investigation. Asked what time we closed. I said 8 p.m. Asked if I had any 14 or 15-year-olds. And I said, yes, I do. How late do they work? They're off the clock at 8 and they should be out by 9. And he said, you do understand that you're breaking the law by doing that? No, I'm not breaking the law. He said, that's not the federal law. And I was like, what do you mean it's not the law? And he said, the federal law is the one that you need to follow because it is the most stringent. I said, well, I didn't know that. I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. And he said, well, you do now. He said, what time does your next shift come in? And I said, 4 o'clock. He said, are these 14 and 15-year-olds? I said, yes, they're 15-year-olds. And he said, well, when they come in, he said, I'm going to need to interview them. They were scared. They said, I'm scared to death. What am I going to say? And I said, you guys just sit down, be calm, be honest. Whatever he asks you, just answer him. They were scared. He did. He'd come in and he kept telling me, you're not above the law. You're not above the law. I felt like a criminal with him. And I was like, I'm not trying to be above the law. I thought I was following the law. I reached out to Miller Meeks. I reached out to Grassley. Anybody and everybody I reached out to. I'm not sure what's going to happen to my business at this point. I know that I received my penalties and they were $73,000. Most of these kids in here work 10, 12 hours a week, a couple days a week. I work with these kids every day. I work 60 to 70 hours a week in here. I don't pass my work on to these kids. I'm here, I'm teaching them constantly. I think the DOL is making it sound like it's just a terrible thing for teenagers to have a job. I disagree. I believe it instills so much into them. And I know everybody else that's doing it does not believe they're breaking the law. And at the time, I thought I was the only one. Well, then when I reached out to Jessica, I found out there are some more in our state. And I feel bad for everybody. I don't judge people because I thought I was doing what was right. And everybody else that's doing it, they think they're doing what's right also. We're not trying to be above the law. We're just ordinary people out trying to make a living. That's all. Nothing more.